I'm going to reveal some unbelievable beat making secrets. Let's get into it. Now I'm using Logic Pro, but you could use any DAW of your choice to do the same sort of thing. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna start with a progression. Concept of what I want you guys to get is this. You're never left with a sample or anything that you create as is. Let's bounce this in place as audio. Control and B for Logic Pro users. So we're gonna be referencing all of these shortcuts. We're gonna name this piano sample. Now you have this as audio. So what we could do right now is reverse this by hitting Shift, Control, and R. Most people don't know that you could do that in Logic, so let me show you the actual click functions for that. So all you got to do to reverse something, let's reverse it back to the normal way. So you could double click on this, then come down here to File, then come down here to Function, and then hit reverse. And that command, once again, is Shift, Control, and R. So if you click it, you get the same thing. Now here's another secret for you concerning reversed progressions. Chop up all of the strong chords. So that's going to be this one. Chop that. And I'm using my marquee tool. So that's found right up here. And you can change this to marquee tool. Then we're going to hit Command and drag over these regions. Then we have this one. Now we can just split at playhead. And now we have all of these. Now what we can do is rearrange this and work backwards. So we're going to take this and we can put this on a new audio track just by dragging it down this way and align these up to play in the correct sequence, which is this way. And that sounds like this. And what you could do is just click on this, and now we can apply crossfades to all of these so it'll be smooth. So we're going to use our third tool and change this to the fade tool. And what I'm going to do is get right in here and fade right in between all of these spots. Boom. And now I've faded all in between. Then we want to make sure that we fade the back end of it right here, and then fade the front end, which is right here. Boom. And now we have a smooth progression. Now we could take this a step further by making this an instrument again. If you drag down into an empty track space, you can see you have these options. So let's do sampler chromatic. So now we have those reverse samples as MIDI. So now you can see me play the actual instrument. This is one of the clever ways to create your own unique sound where people are going to be asking like, yo, where did you get that from? Like, what is that? So if you're interested in dropping your instrumentals, which I strongly recommend because this is how I was able to grow my Spotify from 250 monthly listeners to 69,000 monthly listeners at the time of shooting this video. And I was able to do this by using DistroKid to distribute my music. Now, if you don't know what DistroKid is, it's basically an aggregate to get your music to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and even social media platforms like Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. This allows you the opportunity to get more streams and more attention to your music by influencers on TikTok and Instagram using your beats. Now, this is literally taking my stats through the roof. I have over 300,000 streams on my single R&B Chill Vibes that was also distributed by DistroKid. So if you want to get heard, I strongly recommend you use DistroKid as your aggregate. Feel free to use my promo code below to get 7% off your first year's membership, and I promise you won't be disappointed. Now let's get back to these secrets of production. So now we're going to go back to the original progression, and we're going to take this MIDI and drag and drop the MIDI into the quick sampler original. It's going to give us what we played as an instrument. This is dope because we can actually sound craft this with some plugins. So let's come over here to EQ, and then let's come over here and do a low cut. And then let's do a high cut and get like a lo-fi feel. So we're actually going to physically record this in now. Now that gives us inspiration to build. So we're going to add some drums. Let's add some drums, and we're going to use stock instruments today. And then we're going to pull up some of the producer packs. And these producer packs are like hidden gems. So I'm going to pull up the Oak Felder kit. We're going to go to the electronic drum kit, and then we're going to go to hit synth. And this is the actual trap snare. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're going to right click in a blank spot, and then we're going to create a pattern region. And here's another hidden gem that's going to change your life. So we're going to move this over here, and then we're going to change this to 32 steps. So then we're going to change this to an eighth note. And then we're just going to hit this arrow pointing up. And now we already have a full-blown hi-hat pattern. You could change this to note repeat. Any of these cells can now have like a stutter effect. Let's do like a triplet right here. Then let's do 2 triplets on these. 6th note, 6 triplet right here. Cool. And that's all that I need from that. If you want me to dive deep into the step sequencer Logic Pro, please let me know in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to assist you guys with that. So I'm going to blow your minds. I'm going to convert this by right clicking to convert to MIDI region. Now this pops up in the piano roll. And what we can do now is mess around with these note positions and pitch them however we want. Now let's add a kick pattern to this. Okay, so these drums feel very stiff, so let's talk about feel for a second. One thing you can do is delay them behind the beat. You can do this in any DAW. So we're going to go over here to more, and then we're going to delay these like, let's say 32 ticks. All right, let's put it back to 0. So it feels a little tighter. Then let's put this back to 32. I'm telling you, when you delay your hats, it gives it more humanistic type of feel, and it makes you sound more professional instead of just like a digital robot. So play around with how much you delay your hi-hats behind the beat. Cool. Now I'm going to pull up some 808s, and I'm going to unlock some secrets for you guys. So I'm going to pull up That's Hunter 808s for Logic Pro. Link is in the description for that. So here's what the pros won't tell you about the 808s, is how to make them glide. So you can hit the letter A on your keyboard, and this is going to start off with note velocity, but we can change this to smart control since we're using the sampler built into Logic, and then we can set this line here to automate when we slide up and down. So let's do a slide down on that first note like this. Yeah. All right. See that? Boom. So you can pick and choose where you want the 808 to glide. Now I'm going to give you guys a bonus since we're on the topic of 808s. We're going to talk about how to make these 808s nasty using stock plugins in Logic. And again, you can do this in any DAW. Logic has some built-in saturation that most people don't know about. Let's come over here to audio effects, and then let's come over here to distortion, and then let's come over here to distortion 2. Now, this is going to give us some subtle saturation, but it does damage. Let's solo the 808. See that? Let's turn this off. Turn it back on. Woo! Yeah. Let's put that in with the track. Yeah. Woo! Now you can mess around with this with the pre-gain, the drive, and the tone to however you want. That's one distortion plugin. Let's use another distortion plugin. Let's come back to distortion, and then let's come over here to just distortion. Now this is a more transparent distortion that's going to make your 808 transform. See what I mean? Woo! Woo! Yeah. So now those glides are starting to become more transparent because of this harmonic distortion. And so now that I got that nasty distortion grid on there, it sort of inspires me to come in and edit that last slide down, this one right here. Now we have this. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Woo. If you got value out of this video, give your boy a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on bell notifications, especially if you're a Logic Pro user. I also have my Logic Pro templates below, and I got some more tutorials that you must watch right over here. I'll see you over there.